Hi everybody and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. Did you know that in the UK it is allowed to make statements such as, in an ideal world, such and such religious group or ethnic group should be killed? Yes, that is allowed. This is probably not a big surprise to Americans. Americans don't get it because Americans have very good free speech laws and can say pretty much anything, but it would be surprising to have such a right in the UK. As it seems, if I were in the UK and if I went out and talked about how people who convert to Islam or people who are Muslims should be dealt with in a very violent way, in an ideal state, then nothing would happen to me. As many of you might know and remember, a notorious British Muslim YouTuber called Ali Dawa recently made a video in which he advocated for the killing of me explicitly and of all ex-Muslims.
Because people like you, little weaklings, leave their religion and cause corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you.
He also added that he and fellow Muslims would be watching, and that they are proud of that.
Under the Emir, it is done, yes, and we, you know what, will be watching. We'll be watching. We're proud of that. We're proud of that. We're proud of that. It just backfired on you.
And that no one cares about our right to freedom, which is BS.
Then you individual wanting your right to freedom, which is BS. Absolutely BS, yeah?
Knowing how the police and the law in the UK has dealt with people who have mocked Islam or criticized Islam in the past, I assumed that Ali Dawa's words here would also be forbidden. They would go against the laws of the UK. After Ali Dawa kept messaging me very disturbing things, including telling me that I should have sex with my son, I thought, okay, this is enough. I blocked him and I reported him to the police. I thought that he's definitely guilty. I looked into the laws of the UK. The UK has hate speech laws, according to which it is definitely forbidden to threaten violence, justify violence, or make hateful remarks and hateful speech toward people based on their racial backgrounds, religious backgrounds, sexual backgrounds, and so on. But it didn't really go as I thought it would. A representative of the London Metropolitan Police basically told me in a long back and forth that they couldn't find a problem, that the case will be closed because the Islamist YouTuber Ali Dawa was just very passionate about his religion. Look, dear Ridvan Aydemir, the investigation into your report has been completed and has been discussed with my supervisor, who concur with the actions of the report. As stated in my previous email, I have reviewed the YouTube videos in question. It is quite apparent that you have got yourself in an open debate against YouTubers who are very passionate about their religion. It can be seen that you engage voluntarily in the public domain through social media with an element of freedom of speech, and some issues brought up by you have been said to cause an adverse reaction, which has happened. What I advise you do is block him from all your social media and have no further interaction with them. The representative of the Metropolitan Police confirmed this twice and sent me that same email twice after I was shocked and asked, "Excuse me, are you telling me that in the UK, in London, it is allowed to say that groups of people, including explicitly mentioned individuals, should be executed for their beliefs, and that their execution will be proudly watched? Because that exactly is what occurred here. This is not about the debate. Please confirm whether the content found between timestamps 9:39 and 10:58 in this video, specifically the part quoted below, is acceptable in the UK or not."
This is a part of our religion. There's a reason to it. Yeah? There's a reason why there's a capital punishment. Because people like you, little weaklings, who leave their religion and cause corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt. And we're proud of that. Not individuals going and doing it themselves like idiots. Yeah? No. Under an Emir, it is done. Yes. And we, you know what? We'll be watching.
The representative of the police insisted on their decision that the case is closed, and that I was merely engaging with people who are very passionate about their religion and who simply said things in reaction to me. In my report, I made very clear what really happened here. What happened is that I made a video directed at an individual called Adam Saleh and told him that people like Ali Dawa believe in capital punishment for apostasy. As a response to that, simply as a response to that, Ali Dawa made a video in response saying,
The capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. You have no doubt. You're proud of that. You're proud of that. You're proud of that. It just backfired on you.
and apparently he can say that, and the police stands with him because he's very passionate about his religion. He's so passionate about his religion that he just wants to have people killed who criticize his religion. Who can blame him? You know, if, for example, a girl in the UK was complaining about rapists and was saying that she can wear whatever she wants, she can dress however she wants, she doesn't deserve to be raped simply because she's wearing skirts, and then these people came out and said, if you wear skirts, then we will rape you, then apparently the London Metropolitan Police would say, well, she shouldn't have engaged in a debate with these people. They can say that they can rape her in an ideal system because they're just very passionate about their sexual desires. And imagine if the situation was reversed. Imagine if I said publicly that I believe in an ideal system we should do the same thing that he wants to do with apostates to everyone who converts to Islam, to Muslims. I think everybody knows that I would never get away with that. I would get in trouble with YouTube, with every individual and platform out there. I would get in trouble with the London Metropolitan Police, with the law, and I would probably face heavy punishments and retributions. But apparently, Ali Dawa and people like him can get away with it because they are Muslims, and they are very passionate about their religion. And this privilege is apparently only reserved for Muslims. Dear residents and citizens of the UK, what the hell? What kind of a country is this? What happened to the laws and the authorities of your country? How is there so much hypocrisy? How can people be prosecuted for preaching outside, for making jokes, for making basic statements, but this guy who says that people who leave a certain religion should be executed, should be massacred, just gets away with it and nothing happens to him? Is this really what the UK is nowadays? I am so glad that I am in America, where the FBI protects me and supports me and doesn't commit such huge hypocrisy. Isn't it funny that the London Metropolitan Police can just simply appear and arrest people because they gathered during COVID-19 restrictions? But they think there is absolutely no problem with an Islamist advocating for such brutal, radical laws. And then, when the next terrorist attack happens, and the next Islamist goes out and wants to take lives for his religion, motivated by the mindset of people like Ali Dawa, then the London Metropolitan Police can again make a statement and say, we are shocked, we have no idea why this happened. We will do everything we can to stop this. I'm so glad I don't live in the UK. I feel bad for all those who do. I don't think I would feel safe at all. If you want to do something about this, simply contact the London Metropolitan Police and tell them what you think about this, especially if you live in the UK. Other than that, we will just simply move on and not care about these Islamists who publicly on YouTube and on every platform advocate for the killing and the massacre and sexual harassment and assault of people without anything happening to them, without anyone ever even raising their voice. But hey, let's be outraged when people say Merry Christmas on Christmas, or when people refuse to bake a cake for gay people. I'll be back. Have a good day and stay away from Islam.
You're proud of that. You're proud of that. You're proud of that.